Hello guys, it's the Blown Talah, otherwise known as Will, and today I'm bringing some Battlefield 3. I'm bringing you another gameplay analysis video, and this time is me playing some Rush on the map Talah Market. I am obviously defending due to the colour of the MCOMs, and yep, so I'm using the F2000 with the suppressor, Cobra, and the full grip. It's a slightly different setup from my usual F2000 setup which I used at that time, but now I've started playing a little bit more. I've changed the setup I use to this setup due to the fact I like it better. So right off the bat we've had a first incoming wave. Luckily we managed to disarm the BMCOM, so we're now on pushing right over to the BMCOM. This is my favourite MCOM to defend due to the fact it's quite close quarters. It's easier. There's not many entrances into the MCOM building, so you can just cover that entrance. See, I'm just pushing up here trying to eliminate around this building house thing. And as you can see, I'll get killed. That's just pure. This is one of my tactics. You circle the building, making sure that there's no one running in from their deployment area, make sure there's no one actually around the area. So obviously now I've respawned back at our deployment, and I've decided to take the high ground. So this is a nice little spot to take. It's high above the rest of the map. It's great for snipers. And as you can see how I'm just eliminating this hostile, making sure, usually when I reload I like pulling back due to the fact I'm defenceless, and since when you pull back you have a little bit more cover, a little bit more time to think about what your next move is actually going to be. Battlefield's sort of a game of chess. You've got to think, what will your opponent, what will your team do? And here I picked the Phoenix up, and I think it's all good until I get absolutely mullered by some C4. Noob. What an arsehole. Dickhead. Twat. Absolute biatch. So yes, that is good, but now we're down to, now the attackers are down to 50 tickets. So we've reduced the amount of tickets they have by a third, so now we have lost no objectives. So in this game, as you can see, I've just eliminated two guys here, and I'm pushing up to the back up to the BMCOM. So it's starting to get a little bit more exposed due to the fact you can actually blow up the wall. That's one thing I really do like about Battlefield. You can make the maps effectively change, even though it's not the revolution. See, I get eliminated by a guy using the M416. Fair play. It's my poor decision to stay there. Luckily I got res though, and now they've armed the AMCOM, but I'm in a... See, I've been naded, and then I've got shot by an M240B, I believe, that was sort of next to the MCOM-ish, but luckily I got resed. So yeah, I've decided to stay around the BMCOM, obviously, because the AMCOM's just been destroyed. So that's not good. So now we're just going to wait here, literally. This is a spot which I like using. It's right above B near enough. Provides enough cover, and also if you're a medic and you have a health pack, just drop one at your feet. And if you get shot or anything, your health will start to automatically heal, which is what you need. And luckily I managed to kill that guy there. He managed to flank around where the AMCOM was. And that's a tactic which I think should be more utilised. If an MCOM's been took, you should cover that area still, because that area is still open to guys running through, and I got a headshot on that driver of the vehicle. I think the Phoenix is that one with these slatted windows, I believe. I think that's the only reason why I got that. In the Vodniks and Humvees in the base game, you can't do that. So yeah, you see, that's one nice thing with that spot. You can watch right down that alley where their deployment is. So it's not 100%, you're a bit exposed, but you get the right angle on those enemies, and obviously The more enemies you can kill, the more points you'll get, and therefore the more happier and the more battlefield and everything else. And I don't know what I'm saying, but luckily we've managed to steal the Vodnik, so now we're just holding it. Personally, if I was the Vodnik driver, I'd push it. I wouldn't go this way, even though I just pulled it back just so they don't destroy it. And as you see here, we're getting there are a lot of explosions going on, so luckily I just raised that guy, making sure he's up, making sure he's ready for this battle. And he's managed to get into the MCOM and hit. This was a poor mistake on me. I was left with 5 bullets, and luckily one of my teammates managed to prevent me from dying. Look, I actually didn't lose any health during that gunfight, which I'm incredibly surprised by. I usually lose most or even sometimes all of my health in that type of gunfight. That's a poor mistake by me, and I should have been punished. So yeah. And here we're just throwing nades up really and starting to just try and pin the enemy down. We've now took them down to 25 or 26 tickets. I can't see in this little preview screen. Stupid video pad. Don't know what that was. But again, the M240B guy killed me. It proves they're just providing better resistance against us. They're just firing down, providing enough resistance for us to stop. So, and you see, we've only got one squad member up. Luckily, he managed to stay alive. And I spawned directly on him, making sure that we're next to the BM-com. The more people we can load onto the BM-com, the more chance we're going to survive. And you see, now the enemies are around there, so I'm deciding to throw nades. It doesn't allow me to get exposed, but yet it starts to allow me to flush them out. Luckily, I managed to get a cheeky revive in there. And here, this was a very poor mistake. Sorry. That was Battlefield 3 suicide, effectively. I just ran in front of people. That was, in fact, one of the stupidest decisions I could have made. But that's a decision which you should never make in that. It's incredibly poor, incredibly poor. So, now I'm again setting up the perimeter, and this is what tactic where you just want to constantly, this is another example of aggressive defense. You want to constantly push the enemy, but keep the objective within sight. And see that, luckily, that was Battlefield 3 suicide nearly. I was so close to getting killed by him. But now they're starting to flank from the left-hand side, and obviously I'm relaying over to Red Zebra James and Danny Dude, obviously Danny, silly, over Skype, telling them where they are. So now we've pushed over sort of middle, so now we're actually covering both sides. It's the best of both worlds. Yeah, so getting shot from the left-hand side, and it's the Vodnik, Humvee, Phoenix, name everything. Luckily I managed to just get that kill there. Really low percent health, 5% health. Managed to chuck health, but don't get smalled. Bloody moron. But yeah, I digress. And there you go, the game ends. Woohoo! So thank you very so much for watching.